What's up, people? How's everybody doing? A cracking start to the new year. Got up and walked out the door this morning. It was 50 degrees out. I almost fell over. But now they're saying snow Thursday morning. Oh, well, what are you going to do, right? It was good to have been watching videos. Good to see everybody starting a big rig build. Um, I haven't made a video on the Spitfire yet because technically I'm not done with it. I am and I'm not. There she sits right there. I got everything done to it but the two sidelines. Um, these two lines right here. That one, oops. This line and this line. Um, uh, After trying to find out what the hell was wrong and why it wasn't my super glue, I think is junk. I did a little research. I talked to a knowledgeable person about it, and it's junk. I've been using this one. Now this one here is the real thin. This is supposed to set in between 10 and 15 seconds. It wouldn't set between 10 and 15 minutes yesterday. So I thought maybe it was cold because it was cold. But then I find out that technically you're supposed to keep this in the refrigerator. So I got to throw this out and get new stuff because it did not work at all. It didn't matter what I did. I even got the accelerator, the zip kicker. Now, if you put this and this together, this stuff is supposed to dry instantly. No. I ended up ruining a piece of the paint job on the Spitfire. I had to touch it up. So this stuff gets tossed out, and I will be ordering new stuff. It says right on it that it's supposed to be stored in a cool, dry area. Well, I guess that means in the refrigerator because it just wouldn't hold. I kept trying and trying and trying, and finally, there they go in the trash. And finally, I was getting so friggin' mad and frustrated that I just said no. So that's when I started looking around for answers and talking to people, and yeah, it can go bad. And I've had that stuff for a little while now, so well over a year. So I'm gonna be ordering some new stuff online tonight. Hopefully it'll be here in the next couple of days. And once I get those sidelines on, then I'll do a final on the Spitfire. But other than that, it's all done. Come out pretty good, but except for that. So hopefully we'll be taking care of that shortly. Worked on I started my big rig today. I got my framed. We got the frame done. This thing's gonna be huge. It's gotta be over a foot long. Or pretty damn well close to it. What do we got here? We got, yeah, I bet you it's about 13 inches long, maybe. And that's just the frame. So you figure by the time the back end boom is hanging off this thing, it's probably going to be closer to 16 or 17 inches long. Great. Now I got to go buy another aquarium. But yeah, that's probably what I'll do with it. So we're moving along. I'm conjuring up the paint scheme and trying to figure out what I'm going to do to it. Um, I actually got asked this question the other day. How do I decide what color to paint? And to be honest with you, sometimes I don't know until I start to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not a guy, depending on what it is. If it's a historical model like a plane or a ship, then I'll follow the color. I'll follow the color callouts. But if it's a car or a truck or a motorcycle, again, unless it's a racing thing or it's just got some historic value or whatever, I paint any color I want. I mean, I don't really sit here and go, "Oh, it's white and blue on the cover, so that's how I have to make it." No. A lot of you guys know that I'm a big Sublime Green fan. It gets put in every single one of my models. And yes, there's a little on the Spitfire, but I'm not going to tell you where. Yeah, so I just usually... One thing I usually do though, is if my engine block usually gets painted the color that I'm going to paint the main part. So if I want the car to be black, then the engine block gets painted black. If I want the car or truck or whatever for it to be blue, then the engine block gets painted that color blue. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. How do you guys do it? How do you decide what color you want to paint something? I mean, yeah, sometimes you can see something in a magazine or a book or on TV or at a car show, and then you decide, you know, that's what you want to do. Right? I see a lot of guys building stuff that either their older brother had or their dad drove or they remember from when they were young, which I think is pretty cool. But I never know what I'm going to paint it until I start putting it together, to be honest with you. I mean, unless I fall in love with the picture that's on the cover, and that don't happen too often. But I look at it this way: it's my model. I get to decide what color it is. And like I said, unless it's a historical plane or a ship or a submarine or World War II tanks or stuff like that, and and even then you can paint it whatever color you want. You know what I mean? Say you found you bought that World War II half track, off of somebody's. You found it in their backyard, and you decided you wanted to paint it, lemon pearl or whatever, like what Bernie did with that tank. I thought that thing was that awesome. When he did it with the blue and the chrome, that looked pissing to me. But I don't know. What do you guys? You guys. When you next time you make a video, mention it. But yeah. And I'll also like to mention another guy too, Vince Weston. I believe it was Big Z, Rick Zink, that mentioned Vince, that he's been on there for so many years and he's only got 300 subs, Go check him out. Vince is a good guy, good builder. He's been busy lately, but he's out there. A lot of guys like that, What is it, Nigel over there at Austin 100? I forget what his channel name is. But I've been watching him. He doesn't have too many subs either. He could use some help. I'll have to get that name and see what the hell it is. But I know it's Austin 100 or Austin 1000. I'm sorry, Nigel. I didn't have it. This is just off the top of my head. But off to the hobby shop tomorrow, boys, for some supplies. Hopefully we'll come back with just the supplies. But, yeah, so that's what it is. We had a good day today, nice and quiet. I hope everybody had a recovery day, as we call it. But, yeah, we'll be, when I get more progress done on the rig, I'll be doing a video. So, all right, boys, we're winding down here. So, everybody have a good one, and peace out.